The Wallabies are at Twickenham, the same ground where they'll play Wales and England in back-to-back Rugby World Cup games, a little over 10 months away now. But this time they face the Barbarians, an invitational side that includes 10 Kiwis and an Aussie in the starting 15, coached by All Black great Sir John Kerwin. It's the first of 5 games the Wallabies will play on tour under new coach Michael Checker, the third Wallaby coach in the last 18 months. Can he steady the ship? I'm Greg Clark, and alongside me, Rod Kafer and Greg Martin. And here is the forward pack for the Barbarians. Marto?
Well, yeah, there's some good combinations. The back row is the big one. Luatua, who scored a try against the Wallabies at Eden Park, thrashing early this year for the All Blacks. Adam Thompson and Matt Todd, they're probably the dominant players in the team. Captain Alistair Kellock, 54 tests for Scotland.
Interesting back line. Kubeli and Slade, the two halfbacks, Colin Slade. Of course, a good All Black, Francis Saili. Inside centre, Springbok, Juan De Jong, outside centre, Tim Nano-Williams, and the Honey Badger on the wing as well.
Well, a few changes here for the Wallabies from that last test against the All Blacks 2 weeks ago. Fainga was so magnificent in that game, but he's joined by the two Bens getting another chance. And at the back, Higginbotham goes across to number 6, McCalman back from injury. Matt Hodgson, what a moment, captain of Australia and in the side.
Big changes, half-back, the crucial ones. Will Genia, Quade Cooper back together. 9 and 10, Tamua and Kurandrani in the centres. Henry Spate on the right wing, Rob Horn the left, Israel Folau at fullback.
Barbarians replacements, a bit of experience there. Mahonri Schwalger, 42 caps for Samoa. Heinrich Brousseau. Sarel Pretorius, well known to Australian fans, had a stint with the Waratahs. Tukelet in 22 is a real finisher for the Barbarians. So a big moment for Matt Hodgson, the number 7, 33 years of age, 9 test caps, the Western Force captain in 2014. He's had 3 appearances off the bench in 2014 for the Wallabies, and now he gets to lead the men in gold out onto the famous arena of Twickenham. Just 5 players backing up from the 1-point loss to the All Blacks in Bledisloe 3 a fortnight ago. Not only a new coach, there is that new captain. And Michael Hooper being rested, so Matt Hodgson takes over there. Good to see the Wallaby fans in the crowd, and the weather forecast is favourable. The Wallabies are looking to improve on their 2014 record so far, which can best be described as average. 5 wins, 4 losses and a draw. An undefeated tour will certainly improve things dramatically. Less than 12 months till the Rugby World Cup. The men in goal need to make a statement and send a message to the Northern Hemisphere that they can win away from home. And Quade Cooper back in goal.
Yeah, he's the maverick. He'll play wild and loose while Will Genia will try to control the ship from 9. But 29 tests together, those two, so they know each other so well.
Alistair Kellock, the 33-year-old. Scotland. He has captained Scotland 10 times. Captain of the Glasgow Warriors, Pro 12 record, most games as captain. He's the most experienced in this Barbarian squad. And here's a welcome for the Barbarians. Such a popular team right around the world. Looking for their first win over the Wallabies since 1976 in Cardiff. 5 of the matchday 23 have tasted success against the Wallabies in 2014. Tukelet, Kubeli and Alemano for Argentina. Slade and Luatua for New Zealand. Coach Sir John Kerwin has picked 5 of his Auckland Blues squad in the starting team. 10 Kiwis in that starting 15. Majority are from Super Rugby, so they all know what to expect from the Aussies. 12 of the starting 15 are test players. And Nick Cummins joins a list of Aussie players who have worn the Barbarians jerseys against the Wallabies. Will the Honey Badger get some Aussie meat? He'll be having a crack, Rod Kafer, no doubt about that.
Sure will.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be understanding for the Australian national anthem.
Now it's time for the anthems.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is good.
Proud moment for Michael Checker, in charge of the Wallabies for the first time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem led by Victoria Gray.
Part of tradition when the Barbarians play in England. The England national anthem is played, despite the fact in this 15, not one of them was born in England. Matt Stevens, the number 1, 44 caps for England, but he was born in South Africa. And there's the Honey Badger. Said he wasn't quite sure if he'd sing the national anthem of Australia, playing in the opposition.
Well, he started and then stopped. I saw him.
Well, he knew more words to it than Henry Spate, from what I gathered.
Well, head-to-head, the Barbarians and the Wallabies have played 12 times. The Wallabies have won 9, Barbars 3. Been playing since 1948. A referee from South Africa is Jaco Piper, well known to all of us. Television match official Rowan Kitt. And the assistants on the touchlines, Greg Garner and JP Doyle. Israel Folau, 15 test tries, 5 this year. The John Eales medalist in 2014. And Will Genia starting with 9 on his back. And there's Adam Thompson. Get used to him, folks, because he will be playing for the Queensland Reds in Super Rugby in 2015.
Captain.
And what a moment, a special moment for Henry Spate. Finally, his time has arrived as a Wallaby. So we're underway. And the Barbarians inside their own territory from the restart, and in traditional style they'll try and push it a little wide early, and in a touch it goes.
Immediate sense of Michael Checker starts with the Waratahs setup off the kickoff. One of the things, Waratahs, one of the best teams all season in their kickoffs, sets the team back 10 metres, gives a signal and they charge. Immediate change.
Venga, the flat throw, and that's not the start they were looking for on attack.
It's the same quick throw they started with against the All Blacks 2 weeks ago. Just that really fast throw before anyone's ready. McCalman takes it here. Genia was the one who wasn't ready for it.
Nice and close. Not pre-engaged.
The thing is, in defence, although the Barbarians may kick here, no, they're going to have a run. The Wallabies, because the combinations won't quite be there, because the Barbarians don't always play each other. If the Wallabies can get off the line fast, they can really disrupt and cause some problems.
Fine. Set.
It's great conditions for running rugby in true Barbarian style. What's interesting is Thomas Cabelli is the scrum half for the Barbarians. Colin Slade outside him. What about communication? I'm not too sure whether Thomas Cabelli speaks great English.
Oh, look, that's always what happens in games like this. John Kerwin knows very well as the coach that the key thing's to try to get some combination early, get a bit of confidence.
Andy Hayden alongside John Kerwin in the stands as well. Another great All Black. Well, no change there, folks. Wallaby scrum penalised early on in well, it's not a test match, but an international.
Just lost their footing there on the tight head side.
As Andy Hayden.
3 left.
Great lock for the men in black.
Matt Stevens will be pretty happy with that scrum. Noted as a great scrummage. He's got excellent guy who's done a lot of judo work through his life. All sorts of different types of cage fightings into everything. Wow.
Well, they throw it wide, and the Honey Badger knocks on. So it's there for the Wallaby, stolen by Cabelli.
Lure Tour with his enormous hands throwing the NFL pass 40 metres across field. Tough one. Don't worry about not being straight. Yeah. That was a bad put down. That could have been anything if he latches onto that one, Nick Cummins.
Well, stand by, folks. Anything could happen here from the Barbarians, judging by that throw into the line out by Stephen Luatua.
Should have caught it, really. Wasn't under a great deal of pressure in the end.
He may have had a look at Henry Spate.
Yeah. The last time they played against Spate and the Honey Badger, when the Brumbies, Spate scored 3 tries against him that night, schooled him.
McCalman went in digging for that one. Now Falau giving it to Spate, his first touch, back to Genia under some pressure. Genia. Cabelli right on top of him. Fanga.
Oh, long way behind the advantage line.
The captain. Hodgson. Genia throws a dummy. Can't find a way through. Good defence from Dominic Bird. So they're under real pressure as Spate picks it up, and now the arm goes out. Advantage being played for the Wallabies. It's a knock-on advantage. We'll have a scrum.
Yeah, well, Genia caught a couple of times, but nice to see him looking early to run the ball. First couple of opportunities he got, he hasn't just shifted it. He's picked up and looked to turn the corner and have a shot. Like to see that. I think, Marta, when he's at his best, Will Genia, it's when he's that running halfback, not the passing one.
Well, it helps players outside him because he locks in a defender and they have to stand by for him at all times. They haven't got any momentum so far. They're very iffy at the gain line, so they really need to get a roll on.
Often in these games, Clarkie, scrums are a bit messy. The Barbarians, not a great deal of combination with their forward pack, their scrum. Wallabies traditionally been under pressure in the Northern Hemisphere. That's a better scrum, both teams.
Wallabies with 495 test caps, 315 in the Barbars squad, and that's a flat pass, and it's okay. Kirandrani, who's been in wonderful form in 2014. Now Timur, the inside ball, got it to Higginbotham. McCalman. Genia to Robinson. Good tackle. But a quick recycle. And Quade Cooper gives it now to Horwell. And his Reds teammate next year, Thompson, holds on to him. Now it's Carter. Stevens making the tackle. He went very low. Tamua got one around the corner. Higginbotham, and it's been called back as Horn picked it up nicely.
Oh, there was some good skill there. And the Wallabies, for 6 phases, built up pressure. That's what you've got to do against the Barbarians. They're not playing for their nation, so they may actually drop off occasionally. You've got to build pressure. This is a perler of a ball there. A judge to have gone forward to Higginbotham. Good pick up, Rob Horn.
Yeah, nice play from Matt Tamua's. Really good when he attacks the line. Such a hard, straight-running player. Lost a little bit of that throughout the course of the season. But really good early signs to see him running and attacking the line at pace.
No Scott Fardy on tour, so Scott Higginbotham gets the first crack at the number 6 jersey. If you are noticing different coloured socks on the Barbarians, well, that is part of the tradition. They play in their club socks. Robinson, Fanga and Alexander up front. Alexander and Robinson now equal most capped Wallaby props.
Hit and settle, don't chase the hit.
But they won't pick up another cap for this game because the Australian Rugby Union doesn't award caps for matches against the Barbarians.
Set. Same more. You got to hit the other side. Just White's got to get his bind.
There's the non-playing Wallabies there. Michael Hooper deserved a rest. He played every minute of the Rugby Championship except for a bit of time in the sin bin against Argentina. Played every minute of every game the Waratahs played this year.
It's a pretty loose operation over this side of the scrum. Ben Robinson and Gustavo. Neither of them had a bind last scrum.
Luatua picks it up at the back. Gives it to Cabelli. Such a busy scrum half. The Puma. Comes back for Thompson. Clears it out to Slade, and he picks up Dominic Bird, his Crusaders teammate. Thompson playing his rugby in Japan at the moment. Cabelli. And a good defence on the short side. Pick and go here from Kellett, the captain. Cabelli. Higginbotham wraps him up, ball and all. He pops it up, though, to De Jong. And now it's Todd. Matt Todd, not wanted by the All Black selectors for the Northern Tour. Tim Nenai Williams from the Chiefs. And now Slade kicking across field for Halai. Good work by the big right winger. Saili, his Blues teammate. Cabelli. Some continuity here for the Barbarians, and the pass is out to Ta'aval, this young front rower.
No hands.
Still there for the Barbarians. Cabelli showing it on the inside. Lost there, knocked down by one of the Wallabies. And deliberate knockdown, so a penalty. Almost 10 minutes gone in the first half.
No attempt to catch
Good.
the ball.
Good attack there from the Barbarians. Some nice continuity. Often difficult to get those combinations, but using good width and depth, and is typically in real Barbarian fashion. Colin Slade goes to the corner, and it's a cracker. It's pinpoint accurate. Line out 5 metres out. Marta, we expect a drive here.
Yeah, I just saw Alistair Kellogg after this. Well, here's Colin Slade. 5 phases into it, decides to go over the top, and Halai was brilliant. That's where they got their thrust from before the penalty came. I saw Alistair Kellogg, their captain, 11-man line out. He called everyone in. They've practiced this one. This could fail spectacularly if it doesn't come off.
So Parsons throws to Bird. And they set themselves up nicely, the Barbarians. Wallabies under some pressure on defence. Barbarians getting very close to the line. They think they've scored.
You got to think they have.
Yeah.
Knock back. Okay, I'm going penalty for side entry.
Oh, no try.
No try.
Side entry.
No try, but they'll get the penalty.
Oh, they'll go to the corner again. I think there was a knock-on perhaps in there. The assistant referee picked up. Yako Piper said no advantage, will come back for the penalty.
They've got a tap move.
This is what you do at training in the weeks.
Oh, and over the top it goes. Oh, and then they cough it up.
Oh, take the 22. Oh, dear. Oh, no, he said lost forward.
They lost forward.
Oh, that's sensational. There were shades of, was it 1984 Canterbury Bankstown Rugby League, Greg Breton all over his head, was it?
Here we go.
Oh,
Anything is possible with the Barbarians.
and that's what you've got to be careful of. You can't turn your back on these guys. They're not here to play gritty rugby. They're here to play spectacular stuff. You catch that, oh.
We'll see someone do that in international rugby next year, because that is a really difficult thing to defend against. 5 metres out.
Angus Tarval, the front rower, just couldn't control it. And now the penalty goes against the Barbarians. So a relieving penalty for the Wallabies, and they'll be keen to get out of their own 22.
What was Tarval thinking? He was the one to fly high for at the tight head prop.
Yeah.
Surely there was somebody else taller. maybe with better hands.
Quite a lot of these Barbarians players are coming into the game with some good form. A lot of them played in the ITM Cup finals in New Zealand, also the Currie Cup final in South Africa. John de Jong, the 13 for the Barbarians, was captain of Western Province. Down it goes to Genia. So let's see what the Wallabies can do now. The short ball to the captain, Hodgson. Cooper, cut out pass to Falau. Managed to shut him down. Cooper finding a runner. And Genia. Hodgson, oh, and Ben Robinson couldn't control it.
Release!
Cavalli.
On it over for the knock.
Saili. Oh, de Jong it was. And the ball around the corner to the Honey Badger. Cummins taking on Cooper.
One is number 2 goal from the side.
Advantage being played here. And they continue to have a crack. Stevens. Cabelli waits. Now gives it to Slade. Zaili. Thompson. Thompson got it away to Todd, and over it goes to Helai. And there is the first try. Brilliant stuff from the Barbarians. Frank Helai.
Oh, they knew they had a penalty in their back pocket waiting to be given. Somebody rushed out of the line. Was it Kurandrani? We'll have a look at the replay. But Helai. They had 5 on 3 on the outside. It was just a simple step 2 metres out. Helai added the 5 points. But it was all too easy when Nick Cummins got released down the left side, gave them a big advantage. Here's Slade slipping on round the corner. Henry Spate falling for it and coming in. Quade Cooper makes the tackle, but watch his Saifia comes in the side. The penalty's there. Have a look at the numbers. Now, who's that there coming out of the line? I think it was Israel Folau in the end, and they simply had too many numbers.
Yeah, Falau and Rob Horn both got caught out. And it's a good finish in the end to score that. Just had to be patient, use the ball. Todd probably could have gone himself, but through the pass.
Well, 2 defenders wasted on 1 attacker on Adam Thompson. Falau missed him first up. Horn only just got to him and they had no one left.
Oh, the Wallabies would be disappointed with that.
So Colin Slater kicked the winning conversion for the All Blacks a couple of weeks ago against the Wallabies in Bledisloe 3. Can't add the extra 2 on that occasion, but 5 points to 0. The Barbarians over the Wallabies. Another look at it here. Zaili, Thompson.
Yeah,
Israel Folau made an early decision to rush up. This is him blurring there. He's missed out. Rob Horn had to then make one, and Kurandrani had 3 to cover. No chance.
Look at the possession in the last 10 minutes, all with the Barbarians, and Todd gets it away to Bird. It's gone backwards, picked up again by Todd, and over to Dalval, the front rower. And now the support is there from Tim Nelai-Williams. The Barbarians, in typical fashion, are having a crack at Twickenham. Cabelli, switch of play. Now Stevens straightens. Hallwell went low. Charging onto it now is Cummins. So great field position and territory possession going the way of the Barbarians, and now Dalval. Luatua.
Release tackler.
Wallabies just can't get their hands on the pill at the moment. Nelai Williams. Thompson. Saili puts it on the toe for Hello to chase. Will it sit up for the wing? And no, Genia is back there. Gives it to Falau. And Falau pops it out now to Higginbotham. Horn, Rob Horn, charges over the top of the defender. Pulled out from behind by Saili.
On your hands beyond the ball.
Yeah, Yucko Piper. Saili holding his body weight up with his hands on the ground. Good get out of jail again for the Wallabies. You know when you play the Barbarians, you're going to have the ball and you're going to have to defend, and they're not going to kick it, and you've got to be prepared for it. And you'll get turnovers like that if you're patient. The Wallabies did really well here. This is a beautiful kick. And if it sits up just there, I mean, I'm surprised that ball didn't go to hand. That was a lovely pass from Israel Folau.
Oh, there was more luck in that. I know Will Genia was sweeping, but he did nicely. I'll tell you who else did nicely was after taking this one. Horn in amongst that tackle there was a corker.
Over the top of Slade.
Colin Slade. Now you can see Saili just resting his hands, not supporting his own weight.
Rob Horn was responsible for the Wallaby try of the year. That was the match winner against the Springboks in Perth.
Gee, there's a communication breakdown. Only Sayafanga knew where the throw was going.
Good defence by Timur rushing up.
No
and
tackle.
it went backwards, so now the Wallabies drive over and they turn it over. And Genia floats it over and Cummins picks it up. So the Wallabies just unable to control possession, and now the penalty goes against the men in gold.
14. Taking space beyond the tackle.
Maybe guilty of trying to play the Barbarian style a little early in the phase count.
Yeah, you could fall into that. I mean, they've got to get going forward first. Barbarians have been good in defence early on. They've put pressure on the Wallabies. Their line speed's fast. Wallabies just need to be patient. Play field position, there's nothing wrong with it. The challenge is if you kick the ball back to them, then you might spend the next 5-10 minutes defending, because the Barbarians will go for multiple phases and keep running at you.
Well, they've had 60% possession, the Barbarians. Their coach, Sir John Kerwin. Yeah, they're doing well for a team who's had no time together. It's always nice to see a coach smiling.
So Ely offloading.
Tackler.
So Cabelli. Nanai Williams.
He's been lively already.
Dominic Bird. Played in the Super Rugby final for the Crusaders against the Waratahs. Quick hands, and Cummins puts it on the toe. And now Cooper can't control it, so we'll have a scrum.
Yeah, it's a poor knock-on from Quay. To be really disappointed with that.
Henry Spade, he was the one that made the tackle on a player without the ball. It must have been Luatua who he tackled and came off second best.
Captain.
Nick Cummins fairly motivated to play well against the man that's taken one of his wing spots.
Well, there's already a replacement for the Wallabies. It's Spate being worked upon now, but Scott Higginbotham has been replaced.
I think blood bin.
And Sean McMahon will come on for his first taste of international rugby at the elite level, the senior level.
Yeah, Higginbotham, after he threw that pass,
And so too Matt Hodgson off as well. Maybe it's Hodgson being replaced. And 19 is on, so Will Skelton. There's McMahon and Skelton on there, so both Higginbotham and Hodgson have been replaced momentarily.
Skelton for Hodgson, it's not really like for like.
Actually hearing from the sideline that Higginbotham will actually be a permanent replacement, so let's hope it's not too serious.
He got hurt when he threw that one-arm pass to Rob Horn. Something happened in the tackle.
So halfway through the first half, and already the Wallabies with 2 changes. And the Barbarians lead by 5 points to 0. A try to Frank Helli, and the Wallabies just haven't had any possession, any attacking opportunities at all inside the opposition 22. A little too keen that time, the Barbarians pack, so the quick tap taken by Genia to Cooper. And now Kurandrani. There's that hard running style, and it was a great tackle from Saili. Carter.
Release, tackler.
Genia to Cooper. Now Robinson running wide, the prop. McCalman and Spate.
Very good in that small channel, Henry Spate.
Now here's the new man, McMahon, and straight through he goes, and he pops it back, and the bounce is good for Carter. Carter out the back door, and that time it was Parsons who was there to clean it up, and one over the top to Culloch, and now Thompson kicks ahead, And we're going to be called back.
Oh, a bit of enterprise. Sean McMahon's first touch in Wallaby colours wasn't a bad one. Busted the tackle. Spade had done a lot of the early work down that right-hand flank in no room. Here it is. Have a look after the first contact's made. Look how many metres he makes. The violent metres. He gets a facial for his one. Have a look at this. McMahon goes through 2 tackles.
So from the sevens to Super Rugby to NRC, captain of the Australian under-20s, and now playing for the Wallabies.
Gee, that last one there by Sam Carter didn't need to be tossed.
No. Hold that one. Quick ruck ball and you score in the left corner.
Temnenai Williams, cousin of Sonny Bill Williams. Both will be playing for the Chiefs. And now Tamua. So good field position here for the Wallabies as Genia gets it back to Skelton. Mountain of a man, 140 kgs. Now it is Quade Cooper putting on some footwork. Pops it out to Genia. Genia looked on the inside. Luatua was there to wrap him up.
Tackle release.
Luatua just holding on there, not releasing.
First of all, tackler release. And then on the wrong side.
Let's have a look at what attitude the Wallabies have got. They take the points. Go the line out. Yes, Quade Cooper.
Crowd appreciating that option.
Flick out the back from Neno Williams. Talveo. They go to the back. Horwell. Good clean take. So the Wallabies, can they hit back here? The arm is out.
Use it once. Okay, use it or lose it.
So Genia has to go in.
First infringement from the side, line up.
Yeah, it was for the jumper. Alistair Kellogg peeled around after he didn't win the line-out ball and chased the ball in from the side.
Initially at the ball.
Genia puts it into touch. The line out. Fanga. Horwell, another good clean take, and Alexander has it at the back. So Genia. Now it's Quade Cooper, floats one over, and it eventually sits up for Spate. Got away from one again. Cummins made the tackle. Genia. Tamua. It's a bit sloppy, but they come away with it. And Carter pops it up for Kuridrani. 5 metres out.
Release.
Genia. Tamura, the first receiver. Here's a chance out wide. McCalman head down, but had his momentum stopped there with the pass that went behind him. But now charging onto it is Carter. And so there's the first try.
Are you happy with that? I couldn't see this off the
Okay, yeah, worried about an earlier knock forward. Ben McCalman's juggle, you talked about that. That halted his momentum. He didn't score it. Sam Carter coming in on a good angle did.
Kitty,
Got you.
just want to check midfield.
Understood.
Let the player pick the ball up.
Understood.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a little look of a knock on here after the Matt Tamua pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knock forward, no try.
Initial one was knocked back, or it came off the leg, but
That
then
one.
that one. Did that go backwards?
Yeah, you've got to judge that one to have been propelled towards the try line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be a try, it'll be a scrum back there on the 22. James Horwell's the captain of the Wallabies at the moment, but Hodgson looking to come back on from the blood bin. Sam Carter's keen to throw the ball in the tackle.
That came off the leg there and then off the hand. Did it go backwards off the hand? Here was the decision.
That's all the angles I've got.
Okay, from what I can see, the ball struck his leg. There's no clear knock on, so it's a try.
And correct.
Correct.
Well, there you go.
Take that.
Yeah.
The judge to have come off the hand and then re-propelled backwards. So
Even the TMO has a barbarian style attitude to the game. I love it.
5-all. And Sam Carter gets his first try in Wallaby colours. Remember, it's not a test try, but Michael Checker finally with something to smile about.
Look, he'll be wanting a little bit more discipline from the Wallaby team. He'll wanting them to hold the ball, look after it. Too much loose play at the moment.
Wade Cooper. Flags are up, so the Wallabies are up 7-5, and the original captain, Matt Hodgson, is back from the blood bin. Carter had a couple of nice moments in that build-up to the try.
Good angle, Sam Carter.
Yeah, really smart angle there. Just saw it open, claps the hands to give Will Genia the audible spot to hit.
So McKelman goes to ground. Genia back to Cooper. The try scorer, Sam Carter.
Right. On his feet, first man.
And Adam Thompson was allowed to play at that ball legally. Great turnover, sloppy at the breakdown by the Wallabies, and Kellick is having a run. Taken by McKelman. Cabelli. Nanai Williams, Stevens. Good tackle, Robinson around the bootlaces on his opposite number. Nanai Williams, Saili. And now Luatua, great ball over to Halai on the angle run. Kurandrani makes the tackle. Here come the Barbarians. Slade to Nanai Williams. He pops it out, keeping it alive, and wide they go. Saili. Adam Thompson for the corner. Dots it down. He got the turnover that started the movement, and now he's got the try, and isn't he happy? They might check the grounding or the touchline.
Looked all right. For mine, Henry Spate, he started and left his chase too late. There's no doubts about that try. I want to see the replay on his celebrations. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Stand by, let's go to network.
27 minutes gone at Twickenham. And another good try by the Barbarians. Adam Thompson. We will see him in Queensland Reds colours next year.
He's still got it. Well, here's the work here. He looked at the referee, said, well, the ball's there, I'm on my feet. He asked the question, tore it off out of Will Genia's grasp. It went right, it went left. I think the key was Frank Halai. Well, Luatua gives it to Halai. This is where the Wallabies are completely fractured. They get themselves back together again, but Nanai Williams unloaded it within a tackle. And then here, Henry Spate didn't go early enough for mine. He could have launched a little earlier.
Came up pretty hard, Henry Spate. And the Wallabies challenge Colin Slade's going to dot that one over from the sideline. Doesn't take much time to kick him. Beautiful strike of the ball, and the Barbarians now 12 points to 7. You see Spate, he came up hard to try to shut down the numbers. Thompson, who has got great pace, just pinned it ears for the corner.
Yeah, I think Henry Spate's underestimated Adam Thompson's speed there. Thought he could cover him easily. He had to keep an eye on Nick Cummins as well. Well, they're getting busy. Nanai Williams has had so many touches.
Saili. And that was good work there by Genia. Shutting him down.
It's a great tackle from Will Genia. Did absolutely got a hand on the ball to prevent the offload, because there was danger again from this play here. And that's where we see Thompson. Saili, a pinpoint pass. Thompson gets away, uses the pace. That's not straight.
Let's play on. And Cooper gives it now to Spate. Genia, Cooper, Kurandrani. Well marked so far.
Yeah, they haven't got that same go forward that 2 weeks ago against the All Blacks they possessed.
Genia to Wade Cooper, floats one over. Spate, McKelman. Ben McKelman up over the 22. He's going to take them on. Somehow Nanai Williams makes the tackle, and it's there for Genia. Pops it up to McMahon. McMahon Trying to force his way through. They try and hold him up. Todd's there. Goes out the back to Genia. Poor pass, but it's picked up by Tamura, and they're under all sorts of pressure.
We'll go back to the penalty for Kubeli, the halfback, being offside. Will Genia is under some pressure all the time. Because the Barbarians don't want to commit to the grit of the breakdown. They're lurking everywhere.
Yeah, and you're starting to see just these little bit of space on the edges now for both teams as the game opens up a little bit more. Nice work from Ben McCalman. He had a player on the inside, held onto it as he should, won his collision. Opportunity missed. Now the Wallabies, have they got the grit to drive over this Barbarians pack?
So Hodgson goes to ground. Hallwell. Cooper. Kurandrani almost through. Genia and Robinson. Ben Robinson.
Yeah, a couple of nice bits of interchange play there from Quade Cooper. Firstly, that ball for Tavita Kurandrani. It's the one that Quade looks like he's going to go way out in the back and throw the deep one, and it comes out the sort of shallow part of the hand. And Tavita Kurandrani, just watch him, he looks way back like he's going to hit Matt Tamura, and he doesn't, and he throws a little one. And then Genia, not greedy, could have gone himself, just squares himself up and finds a runner in the fat cat.
Yeah, have a look at all the look at them, all on their heels. The Barbarians defenders, they were no chance on stopping that one. Ben Robinson from 1 metre out.
He scored 3 test tries in his 69 appearances, and from right in front, there's the extra 2 from Cooper. So the Wallabies back in front, 14 points to 12 over the Barbarians, 2 tries apiece.
Michael Checker. I don't know whether he's happy or not, but gee, they've got still got some work to do, the Wallabies. They really haven't settled into the game with any clear pattern.
Struggled to get out of their half, which led to the Thompson try. Needs to be better at getting out of their end.
And that's not a great kickoff. Doesn't go the required 10 metres, so we'll come back to the halfway spot. Gee, those ears have seen some rugby, haven't they? Alistair Kellogg, 33 years of age, 56 caps for Scotland, 10 as captain. Been with the Glasgow Warriors for a long time. As I mentioned, he holds the Pro 12 record for the most games as captain.
I reckon he made his debut against the Wallabies back in 2004. Would that be
spot on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Big career. Not wanted by Scotland for these spring internationals.
Opportunity with Israel Folau on the right-hand side. Just we never get to see enough of Izzy one-on-one on the right. There he is. Love to see Will just firing the ball and say, have a crack. That's it.
Well, he's having a run, and he pops it back on the inside, but it's not a good pass, and the kick ahead from the Young advantage is over. So Cooper has to start by retreating. Gets it back to Tamua. Kurandrani, his Brumbies teammate. Good tackle from Slade. Fanga. Now McMahon, 20 years of age, having a wow this season. Folau shows and goes, and the inside ball to Genia. Genia. Now it's Fanga.
Release.
Kellogg made the tackle there. Tamua. Quick hands, and on it goes down to Kurandrani and across to Horn. Manages to hold on, taken by Thompson. Genia. No way through there for McMahon. Tamua, Hodgson, the inside ball to Folau from Cooper. Folau trying to free the hands. So now the Barbarians just holding on. Cooper, Orwell, McMahon. Kurandrani, dummies, Kurandrani. Tackle had to be made. It was a good one from Parsons. Carter looking for a double. Pulled down, a metre out. And Genia to McMahon from a standing start. Almost over. Can they hold on, the Barbarians? Hodgson reaches out. He's short. He is short. And so Cabelli clears.
They might have a look at that. They might have a look at that. It was mighty close.
Just needs a little bit of grass, doesn't he? Just a blade.
Question, did that ball reach the line? I couldn't see it reach the line. I think it's short. Just check that, please.
Okay, understood.
Original speed, it looked short. Oh. Nah.
It's close.
Oh. No. There's no chalk on that, is there?
No.
How's your
Yeah, okay.
judgment?
Yes.
It's short.
Yes, I agree. We play on.
Well, we'll come back for the line out.
Short.
Well, they should have scored that at a number of occasions. Kurandrani going close. They had their chances. Checker can see the lighter side of it. This one here, I thought he was right. That's the hooker making that tackle on the outside centre, Kurandrani. Parsons, big effort.
Good tackle.
So the Wallabies look to restart again. They let the Barbarians off the hook there. Sloppy line up, but cleaned up again at the back. Horwell. Tamua. Todd makes a good ball and all tackle. Barbarians willing at the breakdown.
Thompson again.
And Thompson.
Position of strength.
Wallabies, when they're under pressure, as the Waratahs have done under Michael Checker, they go into the same way pattern. Pretty common thing we see teams do, but the defence can, if defence reads that well, they know when the next attack's coming. It's going to be one out. It's going to be coming around the corner the same way, and you can flood that breakdown. Thompson knew it was coming, did it well. Tackle, low tackle made, and was straight in on the ball.
Allowing James Parsons to get his hands on it as well. So getting close to half time. Wallabies leading 14-12, and they really should have come up with some points when they were hot on attack not that long ago. Parsons from the Blues in New Zealand. Won by Cullick.
Play on.
Saley caught in midfield.
Maul.
It's a maul. Is it coming out of there? No, it's not. So
Well done, Ben McCalman.
scrum time.
Kept it up and then latched onto the football.
What's the strum off the spine? Strum off the spine.
Once again, centre field scrum opportunity. Will Genia took the chance to run to the right. Didn't quite have the pace to make that break. This was a beautiful ball earlier on from Colin Slade. It's been some nice interchange of passing. It's a nice little touch.
Nanai Williams has been a feature. Actually, so has Teo Vao.
Yeah.
Tight head prop been getting involved in open play.
Got some great skills with the ball in hand.
Nanai Williams still has All Blacks ambitions.
25 years of age, got a bit of time on his side. Colin Slade, 27. He's played 15 times for the All Blacks.
Omitted from their touring squad after kicking that winning goal at Suncorp Stadium to ditch the Wallabies 2 weeks ago. Then you get next day you find out you're not going overseas with the All Blacks.
They've got a bit of depth.
Bloke called
in the
Dan
10
Carter.
jersey. So Genia. Folau up from fullback, giving it, and it's a poor communication. So McCalman did well. And from the Barbarians, so fair enough.
No. Advantage over.
Quade Cooper. Good footwork. Talveo made the tackle. Tamua out to Alexander. They continue to work that right side, and Genia having a crack, but he was taken by his opposite number, Kubeli. And the arm goes out.
Advantage for holding.
Well, Genia had done everything right prior to that. He just needed a runner.
And they take the tap, and Slade gives it to Cummins. He pops it back on the inside. De Jong cleans up. They fling it out to Nanai Williams. And now Saili.
45.
Nanai Williams, cut out pass. Kellick. Luatua. Good ball. Helai kicks and chases, and Rob Horn manages to hold on, but then
Frankie
Helai steals it off him, and oh gee, that would have been interesting if Luatua could have controlled it. Now it's Carter, and there's plenty of numbers out wide, and Kurandrani straightens, has a run. Kurandrani. Tamua. Double round with Alexander. There's a little kick in behind, and it's handball back on the field of play, and great work by Alexander, who gets there, gives it to Spate. Spate tries to offload, can't do so. McMahon.
Needs to go the other way.
Oh, and there's one flung out the back to Cooper. Kurandrani asked to start things again. Luatua in there looking for the ball. And that's Carter. Popped out the back.
Gee, Wallabies are loosening up.
It almost was stolen there from Juan de Jong. And that will end an entertaining opening half. Both teams trying to play. Australia go to the break, leading by 14 points to 12 over the Barbarians. 2 tries apiece. Helai and Thompson for the Barbarians, and Carter and Robinson for the Wallabies. So still plenty of rugby to be played at Twickenham. So 14 points to 12. Now let's get some word from the pitch.
Should we tighten that up? Get our support nice and vertical, a little bit lateral at times.
What are the main concerns?
As I said, support play just a little bit too lateral, struggling to get retention of ball. If we can do that for another phase, we can score tries.
And what are you happy with?
Well, just the fact that when we do hold the ball, we are creating opportunities and making inroads.
Cheers, Will.
Cheers.
Breathing heavy, Genia. They're doing plenty of running, both teams. Wallabies 14, Barbarians 12. We'll be back with all the first half highlights right after the break. Interesting start by the Barbarians, showing their intentions very early on. And what about the reverse kick?
Crackerjack player loved it. Wallabies got out of jail then. Then there was some nice interchange here. Wallabies errors in defence. Helai score on the end. Easy try in the end.
Well, that was when the Wallabies couldn't get their hands on the ball. Here's the replay of this again. Helai's been outstanding, but he got the benefit of having the Wallabies grossly outnumbered. They hammered it away for a while when they finally got hold of it. McCalman juggled, and have a look at Sam Carter in the background coming off a great angle off Will Genia and just ploughing straight through a hole for the Wallabies' first try.
Yeah, happy with that. Nice line, wasn't it? In the end, just did what he had to do. Wallabies were patient. It's a beautiful piece of lead up to this try, and Adam Thompson just too much gas into the corner for Henry Spate. Really surprised Spate.
Well, Spate had 3 to cover. Have a look on the outside. He'd come up far too early as well, and he couldn't recover. Adam Thompson, you'll be seeing him for the Reds next season. And this one here again, the Wallabies put some pressure on. Kurandrani went so close, and this time it was Ben Robinson coming off Will Genia again on that cutting angle.
So it's 2 tries apiece. Carter and Robinson for the Wallabies, Helai and Thompson for the Barbarians. Cooper's kicked 2 conversions for the Wallabies, Slade 1 for the Barbars. Wallabies have managed to get the better of the possession after all, after being down in that stat earlier on. Plenty of runs, plenty of metres, offloads are plenty, line breaks, and the missed tackles is the big one. The Barbarians falling off 18. Well, next week the Wallabies head to Cardiff to play Wales at the Millennium Stadium, the scene of the 1999 Rugby World Cup triumph for Australia, who will gain the psychological edge ahead of the next Rugby World Cup. Then it's off to Paris and Stade de France for the clash against France. Can Australia make it 4 from 4 in 2014 against Les Bleus? The Irish will then welcome former Leinster coach Michael Cheika back to Dublin, but the men in green won't be too friendly on the field. Australia-Ireland, Sunday 23rd of November. And it all wraps up back at Twickenham with the clash against England at the end of the month. The Aussies hoping to make a statement less than 10 months out from their Rugby World Cup 2015 encounter against the Poms. Still to come, we've got the USA Eagles hosting the All Blacks at the Soldier Field in Chicago. A sellout 60,000 crowd. It's been snowing in the last 24 hours in Chicago. Well, we've all got to know Nick Cummins, the Honey Badger, over recent years while playing for the Western Force and the Wallabies. Now let's see what happens when he's taken on a London tour by our Sky Sports colleague, Alex Payne.
What's the rugby itself been like in Japan?
Their defence, they're not scared. They'll dive at your knees with the news of their head, and sometimes they don't walk off the field, but there's no lack of courage. They'll have a crack.
And in terms of sort of the cultural side of it, has it been easy to get stuck in? Have you enjoyed different culture?
When you first turn up and you can't speak the language, you bloody find yourself trying to order some chicken. You're hovering over the table. You're bloody flapping your wings. And how hard is it? Just give me a bit of squawker, bloody whack it on the plate.
Give the old window a bit of a wipe. Welcome to Buckingham Palace. Are you a royalist or a Republican? Are you pro the Queen?
She does her best, mate, and I don't have any bad thing to say about her. She's a good bird, former flame. I don't want to say anything bad about her.
And how does this compare to Chateau Badger?
A bit bloody snazzy, isn't it?
And can you imagine what it must be like in there in terms of the throne?
Oh, the dunny.
The dunny?
In there?
Yeah.
Imagine you wake up in the morning, you'll be in heaven.
Buckingham Palace ticked, on to the next one. So what we have here at the top of this is Nelson's column. This is his square. And
must have been a big wheel that buddy stuck him up there.
But if they were going to stick up a statue of the Badger, they'd be putting it up in...
Probably the toilet, I don't know.
Downing Street?
Oh yeah, what's the go with that?
That's where the Prime Minister lives.
Never heard of it.
So this is England's green and pleasant land.
Righto.
Stuck up with a whole load of riot fences.
Oh, they got us.
So it's just a police escort for the badge, so that the...
Whole heart skipped a beat there.
So welcome to Big Ben, the Badger. I think we're actually waiting for the Prime Minister, who's here to have a word with you.
Yeah, I gave him a buzz. Earlier. I said I might drop him around, a bit of a couple of tins maybe. You never know.
He's that kind of a man, actually. Are you a man of politics? Are you interested in setting up the Badger Party when the playing days are done? You'd have a hell of a following.
Tell you what, I've already had a couple of Badger parties.
Right.
And
not necessarily in terms of running the country.
Oh hell no, but it's still a party, and we don't muck around.
So Badger tours are over. Have you enjoyed it?
Mate, it's been good.
Good man. Time for a spot of afternoon tea, I think.
Or a beer.
Or a beer, potentially.
$14 points to 12. It is the Wallabies over the Barbarians. 2 tries apiece in an entertaining first half at Twickenham. First of 5 games on the spring tour for the Australians under the coaching of Michael Cheika. Carter, one of the try scorers. What is interesting is that there is a noticeable change under Michael Cheika. The Wallabies did not stay out on the pitch at the half-time.
Obviously where you're learning a new system of play both in attack and defence, so I just want the lads to stick to that. I want to get some of the things that you don't need much talent to do organised, like getting up off the ground, getting back in the game. Obviously they're going to run the ball around, need to put a bit of sting on them in defence, power up in attack with our carries, and we should be okay.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, mate.
What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Michael Checker way. It's always been the same for him. It's about physicality, the game. He hasn't got that out of this Wallaby team in the first half. They haven't been physical. Their defence has been a little bit poor. We haven't seen the brutality that you get out of Checker coach teams. That'll come in time, we know. But I need to be disappointed with the careless way the team's looked after the ball. They haven't treasured it enough when they've had it.
They should be able to grind down these Barbarians quite easily in this second half. They're not playing for a nation, they're playing for themselves and maybe each other, but the Wallabies, they should be able to blow them away in this second half.
Nenai Williams, some nice touches in the first half for the Barbarians. We're hearing that Scott Higginbotham has a hamstring injury. Don't know the full extent of it yet. A lot of attention being given to the fro on Henry Spate. He's going to shave that after the tour for charity. Second half underway at Twickenham. Barbarians kicking off, and McMahon. This dream season continues for Sean McMahon out there replacing Higginbotham. So the Wallabies will now look to get out of their own 22. Not out. So good attacking opportunity here. As one of the try scorers in the first half, Helai runs it into contact. Nenai Williams showing it on the inside, then giving it to Cabelli. Taken by McMahon. Stevens. 40-odd caps for England, but back with the Natal Sharks now. So some continuity early on. We saw this in the first stanza of the first half as well for the Barbarians. Slade, short ball. Kellogg, the captain. Penalty against the attacking team.
Yeah, James Horwell was well and truly over the ball. There was panic from the Barbarians, thus the penalty. Not a lot of fizz in the Wallaby defence. I thought they'd come out at half-time, coming off that line so quickly. They need to knock them around and really test the resolve of these Barbarians.
Other thing I've noticed, been watching Quade Cooper really closely. His passing game's off at the moment. He's checking every single pass.
Going behind the man.
Behind the man so many times.
How good's this played?
Just that inability to get the ball out in front. Great tackle from McMahon. He's made a couple of those this afternoon. Good tackles.
Nenai Williams has to be in the double figures for offloads for this game. He's their biggest problem at the moment for the Wallabies.
Saiferinga throwing in. Goes to Carter, straight down to Genia. Cooper, Tamua, cut out pass, and running onto it is McMahon. But Luatua read it pretty well in defence. Shut him down. Cooper, intercept. Oh, De Jong just couldn't hold on. He knows that if he could control that, there was a clear run to the line.
Oh, he was channeling Jean de Villiers, his sometime South African centre partner. What about Sean McMahon? Just straight, didn't come off his line. Just a poor attempted tackle by Saili. Got him well over the advantage line, and then, oh, look, there was nothing in defence. Luatua laid over the top for a while, but Cooper, he's been loving the long pass, and De Jong was onto it.
Australian under-20s captain in 2014, Sean McMahon. Commonwealth Games bronze medalist in sevens as well.
8 carries, characteristically busy.
56 metres as well. The Wallabies looking to make it 9 wins in a row against the Barbarians. They first played in 1948. They're averaging 43 points a game against the Barbars at Twickenham. So they're a long way from the 43 at the moment. We're still a long way to full time as well. So it's going to be interesting when the Barbarians start bringing on their reserves as well. See whether they can slot straight into a rhythm. Everyone you'd think would get a run.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Penalty goes against the Barbarians this time.
3 black.
It's against Angus Ta'avao. You'd like that to go a bit further, Rod Kofer, wouldn't you?
I would. Although, this isn't a bad spot to attack from. It's close enough that the defence has to think about whether they get up for the ball. And it also gives the backline a real good opportunity to attack. Plenty of space. See what they do.
Wade Cooper, good double round. And then the poor pass. Or maybe there was a hand in there from the Barbarians. There was, so advantage is being played here for the Wallabies.
Gee, I liked as Craig Cooper was plunging into that gap. He had Henry Spade on the inside. Could have been anything.
Should have just, he dummied to Henry, threw this little pump fake to Henry on the inside. Henry runs a fantastic
This will be a
line.
good shot to watch it. Have a look at this. Watch Henry Spade behind him. He could have slipped through that, maybe not.
Good defence in the end. Quade just needed to give it. He thought about Spate, and then Spate was covered. He was thinking, I'm going to no-look to Henry now. And then he went, oh, no, can't do that.
Tim Nanai-Williams did well.
Yeah, Kurandrani, lots of carries again. Been in such good form for the Wallabies. Sean McMahon with the 8 carries in the game. It's been a real... Made the most of his opportunity here, hasn't he, Sean McMahon?
Well, if Higginbotham's out with that hamstring for next weekend's test against Wales, he could find himself getting his first test.
Certainly will probably feature in and around the bench considerations, you'd think.
Well, that time the penalty goes against the Wallabies.
Seems to be a roster system they're running for the penalties from the scrums. Whose turn is it?
Relieving penalty for the Barbarians this time. They're still to come on the spring tour. Wales, France, Ireland and England. All live on Fox Sports. Andy crowd over 50,000. And there's only 2 players with any real connection to the Northern Hemisphere. And loose ball there.
Was that Hodgson who scooped that up after Saili?
Great skill. Kurandrani dummies, and over the advantage line goes Tavita Kurandrani. Whoa! That's a sensational try. Individual brilliance, Tavita Kurandrani.
Oh, his strength. It was on show against the All Blacks just 2 weeks ago. Pounded them into submission. You've seen him today at Twickenham. He's had moments where he's been most of the thrust for the Australian backline, but this time just bursts through, shakes off defenders so easily. There's 1, 2, 3, let's call it 4. 1 gave up. Slade just said, I couldn't be bothered. Have a look at him, Kafe.
He's got that ability where he's very agile but incredibly quick, and because he's so big, players around him don't think he's got that acceleration, and then he just claps it on. And that real sort of Fijian style that we've come to enjoy around the world. Wade Cooper adds the extras, but that real Fijian electric pace off the mark, and he's a big, big man. 103, 104 kilos, strong.
Have a look, Adam Thompson's the second defender. That one, he gets out of that tackle. I think that blew everyone away, and they just couldn't foot it with him. Here's Ralph Folau right next to him as he goes over the try line.
Yeah, good support play from Folau, but he wasn't needed on that occasion. So Kurandrani scored 3 tries now for the Wallabies in test matches, and now 1.
That's a good result.
Game.
7 minutes into the second half. That's what the Wallabies needed.
And Genio gets it to Cooper. And through the hands. Safinga goes to ground, but stolen from him. So that's poor, really. And the chase is on now. Will it beat everybody? Ooh. Saili's saying he won the race. Had they hit back immediately, the Barbarians.
Checking the grounding, understood.
Try, no try.
Poor carry from the Wallabies.
No,
simple turnover.
Shouldn't have been Safinga taking it up.
Who gets there first? McMahon tries to get his hands on it. Oh, there's a left hand maybe from... There it is there, the left hand from Francis Saili.
Sean McMahon's done well to get back.
Yeah, a speedy centre on it. Back rower.
There's McMahon's left hand on it there.
Or
Before
right
the
hand.
finger of Saili. It was a right hand, yeah, right hand.
Tough one, mate. If they get it down together at the same time, it has to be a try.
Yeah.
Well, maybe McMahon's right hand saved the day.
Gee, it's a good hit back. Oh, hard to tell from that angle. I think you give the try.
I think you do.
Benefit
too.
of the doubt to attacking team.
Okay, that's all the angles.
Yeah, talk me through what you see.
I'm seeing the Barbarians player getting a hand to it first.
Yes. And then grounding it.
Yes, correct.
So you're saying we'll try?
Please do. I may want to try.
It is a try to the Barbarians. Well taken. Francis Ailey, the man from the Auckland Blues. Just 2 caps for the All Blacks against Argentina and Japan. Not wanted on this Northern Tour, so he'll be pretty happy to get
He'll be looking forward to a lot more chances Super Rugby. Savinga doesn't offer a lot in terms of power into the tackle there. Gets dominated pretty easily. Ball ripped away from him. And Saeli switched on. He's going to get a big go for the Auckland Blues next year with Man Nonu moving on. He got a lot more game time.
So they didn't take long to hit back. It's 21 points to 17.
Where did Sean McMahon? Oh, there he is on the right.
The kick successful, 21-19.
Disappointing when you score a try to have one scored straight back against you. You want to just get that momentum, score the try, relax into the next phase, but the Wallabies now immediately under pressure again.
5 goals on the side.
And now Thompson lays it back. Then Williams out to Slade. De Jong.
Lost.
Kubeli. Then Williams. First of the changes. Thomas Dutoya's on there in the front row. Now Thompson, who's been a menace. Kubeli. Twenty is on there as well. Alamano, the Puma. 16 also on. Chuolga, so plenty of changes, and there's the kick over the top. And he was playing advantage.
The referees have no sympathy for players who find themselves lying in that channel on top of the ball or between the halfback and the ball, quite rightly.
18 also on there, Lawrence Adrianza. So John Kerwin has decided to move some of his bench players into the match situation, and they're going to have a long-range shot here to try and get the lead back.
Oh, that's interesting. Not a bad tactic. Puts all the pressure back on the Wallabies.
It's Colin Slade that sunk the Wallabies at Suncorp Stadium, but that was after the full-time hooter. Still a long way to go at Twickenham. 29 minutes, in fact.
He was the main beneficiary of Aaron Cruden's big night out.
So Slade, the distance is good, so is the direction, and so they were down by 21 to 12. Now they're leading 22 to 21.
When you go in front like that, gee, you get a good lift in momentum, don't you, Marto? The team claws its way back. The goal kicker knocks one over from 45. You get a real spring in your step. There'll be some buzz around the Barbarians now.
Well, now they've got Heinrich Rousseau coming on, who's, I can't believe he's not in the South African team at times. So they've got 5 reserves on already, so they've got all the zing and fizz. Maybe it's up to Checker to start throwing on a couple of Australian reserves to match the speed and intensity that Barbarians are starting to show.
Oh, they win it from the kick-off, Australia, through McKelman. Robinson to his front row partner, Alexander. Genia out to Cooper. Folau, inside ball. Carter, oh, and there's another loose carry. Just letting the Barbarians off the hook. Kick and chase here from Nano Williams. So we'll come back for that loose carry by the Wallabies.
Oh, focus more on Tim Nano Williams. Well, here's Sam Carter first, trying to get a ball. He was getting ready to unload within the tackle, and that's what can happen. You take your chances. But Nano Williams, a grubber in your 22. How good is it?
Sam Carter wishing he had his moment again.
Well, I'm sure Michael Checker has spoken to him because he has played a little bit wider.
Well, he won't.
Today at Twickenham than previously. Maybe Checker's going, I need you to do a bit more of this, like Will Skelton.
Look, I don't think Michael Checker will mind guys having a go, because we saw over time the Waratahs develop that style of play. But it does take time, and Sam Carter's had 2 or 3 goes this afternoon, not come off, which is disappointing for everybody.
Hello, no room to move. Todd got in there, ripped it from him and kept it in the field of play. Adrianza goes to ground. Kubeli and Slade kicking across. Cummins. Taken by Folau, but a good offload. They're not going to die wondering. The Barbarians. Slade got it to De Jong. And Kubeli.
Poor option, that one.
Come back to the 22.
Yeah, I don't think he realised that Nick Cummins was still recovering from the tackle that had been made on him. He wasn't there on his wing. This was a good one from Slade. Lovely little kick pass and pop off the ground by Cummins. He was still recovering when the next kick came from Kubeli.
Great spin move there from Colin Slade. Nice little offload. Some changes occurring now from the bench. Adam Thompson's off.
Yeah, so
he was good. Looking forward to seeing him with Liam Gill for the Reds next season. Be some.
And 5 changes for the Wallabies. So Genia and Cooper, their day is over.
Front row as well, Clarkie's off for the Wallabies.
So 22, pretty handy replacement. That's Alkin Tukalep, the finisher from the Pumas. And there's the grubber kick for Cummins, but it beats everybody into touch. Nick Cummins, one of former Wallabies playing for the Barbarians against Australia. Phil Waugh, Chris Whittaker, David Lyons, Rodney Blake, George Gregan, Matt Rogers, Pat Howard, and Nick Shahady. They've all had a run against their country, playing in the famous black and white stripes of the Barbarians.
So we're serious now. Kepu and Slipper on.
And there's a poor throw, and it's going to be there for the Wallabies, only just. So White. Quick hands. McKelman got through the tackle of Slade. Now Kurandrani and Folau. Folau out wide. Horn. Good tackle from Saili. White. Out to nobody. Foley picks it up. Now McKelman. Taken by Heinrich Brousseau. Grubber kick in behind the line, and it sits up for Cummins. They drive over the Wallabies, and it's picked up now by Foley.
Oh, brilliant.
Bit of urgency now with the Wallabies. They're down by 1. McMahon gets to the 22. Tamua. Hansen. Tamua dummies. Tamua. Reined in by Helai. And now, there's the try. Rob Horn back in front.
Oh, good reward. Rob Horn's been solid on that left wing all afternoon, but Matt Tamua made the right decision to take it on himself. Got him so far over the advantage line they could get their defence sorted out on the left-hand side. Rob Horn clear under the line.
Yeah, just a difference. A great piece of counter-acting here. Sikopi Kepu, Henry Spate in the action. Good option here from Matt Tamua. We've seen this pass thrown a couple of times this afternoon where the one out the back, it's just quick ruck ball, and you can just see how easy it is if you generate quick ruck ball close to the try line. Difficult to stop wingers who hold their width in that channel.
Yeah, Matt Tamua, that was the key. Got the defenders backpedaling, and there was no one for Rob Horne to have to even run around. Bernard Foley, let's not forget, he was the one that snaffled the ball after the counter ruck.
So his first shot at goal after coming off the bench for Quade Cooper. Change at scrum half for the Barbarians as well. Cabelli is off, and so that means that Cyril Pretorius, former Waratahs player, regular with the Cheetahs over the years, apart from his one stint with the Waratahs. And Foley, and that one is away.
Makes that mistake, does it quite often where he gets his left foot too close to the ball and has this little cramped action. Bernard Foley. This is where Tamura did really well. Just didn't try to throw that offload around the corner. Had his rifle out, steaming.
The last defender that took Tamura was Frank Halley. That was his wing where Horne ran free.
Skelton is on for Sam Carter. Oh, own player there, so it's play on. Here's Skelton out the back to Bowley, Tamura, running onto it, Kurandrani. Todd made the tackle, got it away though. Brilliant interplay between Folau and Tamura, and the support play was there. White, advantage being played here for the Wallabies. There's the penalty.
Yep, Tim Nanai-Williams. Gee, that was good play. I love seeing them giving it to each other.
Yeah.
Kurandrani to Folau, back to Tamura. And at halftime, you heard Will Genia talk about the support not getting too lateral. They were all filing in with a bit of depth, and that was perfect. When they got one arm free in the tackle, they knew they had a man with them.
Using Will Skelton as that sort of pivot player in the middle of the field is a great idea. He's got the skills and attracts players. And the back line just held their depth. They all came from depth. It was a really nice piece of interplay.
Sorry, you got to be inside.
Wallabies leading 26-22. And to the back it goes to the captain, Hodgson.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Kepu. Went forward. McMahon! Call back for the knock on.
Sekope Kepu, he was anxious to get those extra couple of metres, which is handy because it means the defenders have to readjust backwards. Just flicked by somebody's, was that James Hansen's leg, kicked it out of his hand.
Yeah, it was.
Let's go. On him.
As you know, when you're cleaning out like that, you try to look for targets. You can step over the ball. If the ball's still moving and waving around, very difficult. Sekope Kepu just needed to set it a fraction earlier.
Cyril Pretorius, pretty handy replacement to bring on. That's a dangerous player from broken play in particular.
Yeah, Barbarians game really suits his method.
Bird. So the Wallabies offside, so just relieving some pressure on the Barbarians now. There's the penalty.
Stop. Offside. Never onside.
So Pretorius takes it quickly. Dummies.
Never 10.
Not back 10 metres either, so another penalty coming if they need it. Now it's Bird. Pick and go from Adrianza. Tukalet. Slade, dummies, puts it onto the left foot.
Never 10.
Never back 10, so he played a long advantage there. Chance for the Barbarians to force their way inside Australian territory.
Yeah, well done, Cyril Pretorius. 2 of his runs have got them 40 metres. Now there'll be another 30 with the kick. They've worked their way out nicely.
The man from the Cheetahs in South Africa. That's the story of the match so far. The minute master. Wallabies have scored 4 tries to 3. Leading 26-22. Throwing in there. Oh.
James Horwell.
Not a great pass. Good pick up from McKelman. Foley, wide ball. Kurandrani. And Williams made a good tackle that time. Foley throws the dummy. Bird manages to hold on. Here's Hodgson. White. Slipper. Oh. Good step by the front rower.
Away now.
Kepu throwing a dummy. Now offloading to Hansen. Todd's right over the top of him.
He got support in time.
Tamua can't step his way through.
Away tackler.
Good tackle driving him back. It pops out the back for White.
Back.
Hall was standing still.
With your feet.
Lays it back and a good counter ruck.
Counter ruck is good.
Oh, and Folau picks it up. He's got some work to do. Israel Folau steps brilliantly. Folau, Helai holds on. Folau has to lay it back. Picked up by Horn, but Helai gets in there and makes a mess of it for the Barbarians. He's into touch, quick throw in. Here's Slipper. Slipper gives it to Foley, and Bernard Foley finishes it off for the Wallabies.
Oh, that's what it deserved too. Crowd booing as well they may, but it was the Wallabies who had it for 10 phases, didn't go anywhere, and you're just waiting for somebody to take some momentum. It was the Barbarians who grabbed it, then the intercept. Israel Folau, that little one off his right foot to get onto the outside of Frankie Helai. Wonderful stuff. Not your fault, Frank.
Yeah.
Good response.
Good counter-rucking here. Heinrich Brousseau, even though he wasn't in that one, he'd been on into every ball, every breakdown of the Wallabies, made it hard work. Izzy gets the ball here. I thought he was going to come off the left there.
Yeah.
But he just came off the right and ran himself slightly out of space. It's a great tackle in the end.
Yeah, see how he missed with the fend there on Frank Helai, slipped down the front, got no thrust off him. But then who took the quick line out? It was a Rob Horn, I think. Rob Horn's trying to James Slipper, and that was a good ball to Bernard Foley, who never put himself out of the game. Kept chasing down the middle of the field and got the result he wanted.
So he converts his own try, and he now takes his tally past 100 points for Australia. Bernard Foley.
Oh. Well, Israel Folau went close, but that's the reward. Rob Horn, well done. Good thinking. James Slipper was awake, so was Foley.
Change in the midfield for Australia with Christian Lealiafano on for his Brumbies teammate Matt Tamua. He's had a busy game. Tamua missed Bledisloe 3 with concussion.
It has to be the bench emptied for the Wallabies. The only ones who can come back onto the props.
So still a little over 15 minutes remaining, and it's Australia leading 33-22. They can't shut up shop yet, though. Skelton lays it back for White, and Foley gives it now to the new man, Lealiafano. And Folau just ghosting on his inside, and it's play on, and so Slade kicks ahead.
Unorthodox.
Slipper. Spate hasn't had too many attacking opportunities in his debut encounter for the Australians.
Yeah, it hasn't come to the right wing in attack.
There's McMahon, that typical bullocking run that we've seen from him at all levels of the game this year. Now Kurandrani, solid again in midfield. White, picked up by Horn. Back to Lealiafano, and now Skelton. Always commands plenty of attention. Lealiafano and Slipper. He's had plenty of run meters for a front rower in 2014. Oh, and White went without it.
He didn't want to give that, but somehow it left his hands.
It's Hodgson, taken by Brousseau. Skelton.
That's 3 carries in the last minute.
Aleofano Foley, cut out pass to Folau. He pops it up for Horn, and Rob Horn, strong. Then Williams had a second crack at him. Now it's Foley. Offloading to White, and McMahon having a run. Sean McMahon on debut for the Wallabies. Well, this dream year continues. He said when he picked up so many awards at the John Eales medal presentation night, will someone pinch me? I'm in a dream, surely.
Oh, what about James Horwell? Showed him where he should run. The ball came to him and Horwell pointed, go ahead, son. He sure did, and that left-hand fend was a perler as well.
Well, the Barbars tried to pinch him. They should have tried tackling Clarkey because he has had a great game.
Look at that determination on Rob Horn there.
Yeah, Rob Horn as well. Really nice finish.
You watch Horwell here. Go, go, go.
Yeah, real. McMahon's got that, like Michael Hooper, that real sort of change of pace, really strong, powerful running game. Obviously, long history in the sevens for Australia. Really talented young player. Just love to see him 3 or 4 inches taller, maybe 5 kilos heavy, make a wonderful blindside flanker for the Wallabies. We've got plenty of open sides.
Foley from right in front, so some breathing space now for the Wallabies. 40 points to 22.
That's what's going to happen. You play against the Barbarians. If you do go straight ahead at this part of the game, they run out of a bit of ticket. They couldn't be bothered making some of those tackles, so you got to keep going at them. That's why it's so good Bernard Foley's on. He'll go at the defence and create these holes.
11 carries, 30 metres and 1 try on debut. He'll remember this one. So Colin Slade has been very good directing the traffic for the Barbarians. He has been replaced by Maditz Boshoff. 1 test for the Springboks, the man from the Lions in Super Rugby.
For the next 12 minutes, it's time to watch the discipline of the Wallabies. Ball control.
They've started to use, they've done a lot of work with what they're going to do with Will Skelton and Michael Checker. They know what they're going to do. They position you in this little triangle with always a player out the back behind him. So Skelton will front it quite often with a player either side. He'll clean out, or Skelton will sometimes take the ball on, and he's got the option to find the back who's sitting in behind.
Michael Checker and his lieutenant, Andrew Blades. Nathan Gray also part of the coaching setup. He's running the water. Wide ball for Lau. Beats one, gets it back to Hodgson. Great support play. Rousseau was there to make the tackle. And now it's Folau again. Straightening. Slipper. White. Here's McMahon spinning. Luatua holds on. And the ball has been stolen, and Pretorius has to kick, and
look who's back to pick it up.
McMahon can't stay out of the game. Now it's Nick White. Kurandrani, not a lot happening here. Tackled by Saili. And McMahon.
Holding on.
10 minutes remaining at Twickenham. Game 1 of 5 on the spring tour for the Wallabies. Next up, Wales, then France, Ireland and England, all live on Fox Sports. What a terrific month of rugby is coming your way.
It's a mini World Cup the next month over in the Northern Hemisphere. Some of those afternoons, there's 6 test matches on.
Saili, 8 carries, 10 tackles. $53,568 turning up to see a bit of a tri-fest today. And Cummins, can he get on the score sheet for the Barbarians? Advantage play being played here for the Barbars. They'll come back for the penalty. So Boshoff finding touch.
Is it time for the 11-man line out again?
So what can we expect here from the Barbarians? Mohonri Schwolga from the Chiefs and Samoa. Now 36 years of age. The man was 16 on his back.
A few backs in there now.
Yeah.
Saili, Tim Nanai Williams.
Use it once, going backwards.
Heinrich Rousseau, you can see him just pop out the back, really skillful.
Yep, that's how you want the ball in his hand.
Yeah. Great at staying on his feet. Manages to get it back. They've got the advantage, the Barbarians, as well.
Bird can't find a way through. Another advantage from a side entry, and the kick into the in goal, and Folau cleans up. They'll come back for the penalty.
Was Boshoff aiming for that right upright?
Yeah.
The huge pad there. Knew he had the penalty.
Going to take the scrum. Number 17 for the Barbarians, Thomas du Toit. 19 years of age from the South African under-20s. He's going to be a big lad when he grows up.
Wow. Well, this is close to the Wallabies, obviously, test front row, starting front row. Both props, the first choice, loose head and tight head. So Barbarians want to put them under a bit of pressure here.
Trapped at the back by Luatua. Now he unleashes. Boshoff and Williams, and the Honey Badger has got a bit of meat. Nick Cummins, oh, he's happy, and so are his supporters in the crowd at Twickenham. Perfect execution.
Yeah, lovely little play. It was the old cut one. Dummy loop, Nick Cummins off the blind wing. Going to slot through.
For a team with no previous combination, that's magnificently played. Watch Cummins, watch Cummins. He adjusted his line. Gee, almost. There was a bit of a cue to run through that hole. He pushed Saili out of the way.
Yeah, Saili was on the wrong line. Didn't really know which one to run, but did enough to create a little bit of confusion. Nick Cummins, you love that play, scoring against your country for the Barbars. What a great moment for him.
And there's the extra 2 from Boshoff, so it is 40 points to 29.
Lovely ball, Tim Nanai Williams. And just Kurandrani had too much traffic coming at him out wide. He waited, and he couldn't make it back. Couldn't change. As soon as your shoulders are turned, you can't go back. It's too far for him. You know he wanted to get over there and shake hands with a few people in the crowd.
Yeah.
It was just too far to go.
Todd taken by Folau from the restart. So still 5 minutes remaining. If they can score another long-range try, what a finish we're in for.
Don't put it past them.
Boshoff out to du Toit.
Got it, first man in. Turnover's made.
Good work. Turnover by the Wallabies. So will they be the next to have a say? Here's Foley. Taken by Todd. Horwell. Looks like he's going to get through the 80 minutes. James Horwell, and Hansen, his Reds teammate.
Here's the trouble.
He's got it.
Yeah, stolen by du Toit.
7 away.
And now Pretorius. And Todd getting it out to Brosseau. Boshoff, sloppy, but Nanai Williams cleans up, and this is okay for the Barbarians. I don't mind. They're very good at the broken play. Boshoff Nenai Williams looking to set something up. Good hands and over the top. Here's Cummins again. Onto the left foot. Nick Cummins chasing. It sits up. Foley has it. And now he draws the man and gives it to Spate. He's taken by Tukelet from Argentina. Now it's Horwell still running. White. Foley. Kurandrani. And Foley. Here's Rob Horn. Horn. Tackle had to be made. It was a good one from Pretorius, who dives on the ball. And the scrum half wins it back for the Barbarians. It sits up. Who wants it now? They're throwing it around. Tukelet. Offloads. Saeli. Cummins asked to do some more. Cummins! Inside ball! And running away now is Moritz Boshoff. Oh, another wonderful Barbarians try. We've seen plenty over the years.
Oh, that'll do me. It went up, back and back again. Boshoff was the one who finished it. There was some action there. The never say die attitude. Cummins involved twice.
Wow, it's game on now.
This is the first one, is it? No, that's the second one. Not the one where he chipped and gave it away. This one. The final pass. And Boshoff. Matt Hodgson tried. Couldn't foot it. With the back from South Africa, Boshoff. Look at him smiling, knowing they've come close. They've still got a couple of minutes.
Oh, it's game on because there's the extra 2 from in front. And so it is now 40 points to 36. 1.5 minutes remaining at Tri-Fest at Twickenham.
Well, you think how close Rob Horn came, but Sarel Pretorius is sometime teammate from the Waratahs, now Pretorius with Cheetahs. He just did not give up, made the tackle, then grabbed the ball, and that's where the try came from.
6 tries to 5. Wallabies in no hurry with this restart. One stage they led by, well, 38 to 22.
Almost a point a minute. What a game.
So Tukelet. Brissot. Pretorius. Boshoff picked up and dumped into the ground. Solid tackle. Here's Luatua. He's had a solid game again, looking to impress the All Black selectors who are in Chicago. The All Blacks to take on the USA Eagles on the first match on their tour. Wallabies trying to turn it over here, but it's still there for the Barbarians inside the final minute. Pretorius. Boshoff. Todd getting it to.
Good tackle.
Let's not forget the Wallabies have lost their last 3 matches in the last 10 minutes.
And over the top it goes. Halai taken by Kurandrani, or slowed at least, and it was cleaned up by McKelman. So it's possession still for the Barbarians, but a loose ball and Hansen dives on it. They've just got to recycle and put it into touch, and they will get off to a winning start. But no, they're going to keep it alive. And over the top it goes to Rob Horn, who cuts back on the inside. He's taken again. They had a chance to finish the game, but they're going to play on, the Wallabies, in the spirit of Barbarians rugby, and now they turn it over.
Hold on, he was on the ground when he grabbed that.
Well, can they go coast to coast? Nenai Williams.
This bloke can.
They're coming.
It's on the ground. Schwalger gets back there.
No more hands, leave it go. Lost.
Played in wonderful spirit this game. Boshoff across to Brissot. Over to Todd. Todd puts on some footwork, but he can't get away from Horn. It's still there. It's on the ground. Boshoff monstered there by Skelton.
This is incredible.
It should be over, but they didn't want to end it, the Wallabies. Bird. Now Pretorius. And they fling it wide. Neno Williams as the crowd starts to roar. Cummins sandwiched there. Saeli. Neno Williams. Pretorius. Is he holding on? No, he's off his feet. It's a penalty now. This is incredible. Tukalet.
It's still advantage.
It's still advantage as Adrianza just settles things down. Yeah, they'll come back for the penalty.
Stay up.
And Pretorius just notioning, just slow things down. 2 minutes after the siren sounded.
Well, they can't kick to touch, so there's no point slowing down. You've got to keep going. I know everyone's tired.
Where's Nano Williams?
Tukalet.
Now the crowd today are taking them with swing low. They're loving this.
Tukalet. Can somebody in the black and white striped shirt spot a hole? Bird.
Can someone in a gold jersey grab that ball and put it into touch and finish this?
They had the opportunity to finish it. Now it's Pretorius, and he gets it away to Todd. Todd! He needs support. It's slow arriving. It's kicked out. Who wants it? Penalty. 3 points will not be enough. They take it quickly. Brousseau. He pops it over the top to Neno Williams. Sean McMahon goes through. It's been picked up. And Foley. Knocked down. Into touch at long last, ending what has been an absolutely amazing encounter at Twickenham. Oh, they are out on their feet. What a game.
The crowd are booing. They just got 4 minutes of bonus value.
Well done, Wallabies, but take your hat off to the Barbarians in true Barbarian style. They've had a crack from go to woe, but full time, the Wallabies are off to a winning start on their Northern Tour, downing the Barbarians by 40 points to 36.
Thank
6
goodness.
tries to 5.
Thank goodness for Sakopi Kepu. The only bloke with the brains to get his hands on it and kick it into touch.
Oh, incredible. Look at them. They're exhausted. Well, that last phase, continuous. There were 2 penalties there, but they had to go for 6 minutes. They just kept going. Honey Badger was wonderful. Nick Cummins scored a super try, but full of involvement. Enjoyed himself with his force teammate, Ben McCalman.
Folau, some nice touches. Same to Foley coming off the bench. But the man in the centre of frame is Nick Cummins. Scored a bit of meat against his fellow countryman, now playing his rugby in Japan. Prepared by taking a hunting trip to Mongolia, the Honey Badger. Now this man has been named man of the match as well, Tavita Kurandrani. Skelton. Yeah, got through some work.
Yeah, he's becoming one of the centerpieces of their attacking ploys.
Played in wonderful spirit, wasn't it?
Great game, good game of rugby. Certainly towards the end of it, it had that intensity that you get in test matches. First half maybe was a little bit off the pace, but certainly the last 20 minutes had all that test match feel to it.
They'd be happy to walk off winners after their last 3 games losing.
Yeah,
gives them a good start to the tour.
So 14 points to 12. The Wallabies led at half-time. It was 2 tries apiece. The Wallabies scored 4 tries to 3 in the second half, but they will have plenty to work on, no doubt about that. They gave up a very handy lead at one stage. It was 40 to 22, and in the end they won 40 to 36. So again, failing to sort of go the full 80, but everyone got a run. So a bit of a selection headache now for Michael Checker. They take on Wales next week in the first of 4 test matches. Then it's France, Ireland and England. Repeating all of those games live on Fox Sports, your home of rugby. Adam Thompson, we're looking forward to seeing him in the Queensland Reds next year. He had a good performance when he was on there, number 6, Adam Thompson, 32 years of age, but still has plenty of toe, as we saw with his try in the corner. So we're going to get some reaction. We're giving the players plenty of time to regather some breath. So after leading 14-12 at half-time, the Wallabies have won by 40-36. Time for some reaction.
Miles, thank you. Matt, captain of the winning Australian team. That was a belter to watch. What was it like to play in?
Yeah, it was a tough game all the way to that 80-minute mark, or even 83rd minute. They kept throwing the ball around. Our defence stood strong at the end, so big credit to our boys there.
How nervous were you getting in those last 3 minutes, as you said?
We knew they'd throw it around at the back end, trying to catch up those 2 tries we got in front, so we just had to stick to our system and back our knowledge there, and I think we did that at the end, holding them out for that last 5 minutes.
After everything that Australia Rugby's been through for the last couple of weeks, how important today was it to perform and to get a win?
Yeah, it's a big step forward for us. We're on a 5-week tour, and we need to start with good momentum, not only to win, but to play that new style of physical football, and I think we did that in patches.
Savita, congratulations. How much was that your kind of game?
Yeah, it was a pretty tough game out there, but it's good to come away with a win. You know, but they knew we were gonna play for that 80 minutes, but it's good that the boys stick to the structure, and good to come away with a win.
Congratulations, Savita. Matt, you spend most of your time playing against this guy. Just how much fun is it to play with him?
Yeah, it's great to play with T. You know, as soon as you give him the ball, you know you're going to get go forward. It's great to run behind him, get a few offloads, and good quick ball. So he's a big momentum gain for us.
Congratulations, Savita. You were the man of the match. Patrick Gordon, partner at Killick & Co. has your just reward. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Well played.
Thanks, man.
Well played, Savita. Well played, Matt. Al, can I get you in? Al, sorry, can I get you in? Thank you. Commiserations.
Oh, thank you. What a game of rugby. Well, a proud moment for all the Barbarians boys to play in this jersey. It was an incredible game to finish like that as well. We were so close. But credit to Australia, the way they dug in. Obviously, I think they went in at half-time and had some words, and they came out and they were brilliant for 20-25 minutes. But we showed that we were willing to give it all, and we left absolutely everything on that park.
It had a real feel of an old school game. How important was it for you guys to play in the true spirit of the Barbarians?
Oh, absolutely. Especially at the beginning of the game, we wanted to push our brand of rugby onto it. And the Australians did as well. I thought they threw the ball about incredibly well, and it stuck in that 40 to 60 minute. But some of the big backs out there, I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be a half gap. It can be a quarter gap, and they're making 50 metres. But it was a really enjoyable game to play. Hard game, an international game of rugby. But so pleased with the effort and so pleased to be able to pull this jersey on.
Have you learned some new tricks this week?
We've learned a few new things. That's part of it, is you learn things from all over the world. Guys bringing in different ideas from JK as well. And I thought we blended well. Considering we got thrown together on Monday not knowing each other, we went out there and we made it a very, very competitive international match.
And for you, Al, do you hope Vern Cotter was watching?
Oh, I was just going out there to play with a bunch of guys that, like I say, only met on Monday. That's all I can control, and I wish all the boys who are touring the best of luck. But I'm just delighted to have been involved in that match.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Very gracious there, Alistair Kellogg, the captain of the Barbarians. They can be very proud of their 80-plus minute effort. And you can see there the tries for the Barbars: Halley, Thompson, Saili, Cummins and Boshoff. Conversions from Slade and Boshoff, and the one penalty for Slade that actually got the Barbarians in front in the second half, but they couldn't hold on. For the Wallabies, Carter, McMahon on debut. Also Robinson, Kurandrani, the man of the match. Horn and Foley got the 5-pointers. Quade Cooper, 3 from 3 in the conversion department, and Bernard Foley kicked 2 from 3. What do you make of the stats, Greg Martin?
Well, the Wallabies got the best of the stats there. Go down to missed tackles, just go straight there, and that probably says it all. That's why the Wallabies won. And Alistair Kellogg summed it up as well. Between the half-time and the 60th minute, the Wallabies were far superior, and that's where they nailed the game back home.
So it is 1 game down, another 4 to come. And next week, the Wallabies head to Cardiff to play Wales at the Millennium Stadium, the scene of the 1999 Rugby World Cup triumph, the win over France in the final there. So who'll gain the psychological edge ahead of next year's Rugby World Cup? Then it's off to Paris. The clash against France. Can Australia make it 4 from 4 in 2014 against Les Bleus? They won 3-0 in June down under. The Irish will then welcome former Leinster coach Michael Cheika back to Dublin. But the men in green won't be friendly on the field. You can bet on that one. And it all wraps up back at Twickenham with the clash against England at the end of the month. The Aussies hoping to make a statement less than 10 months out from their Rugby World Cup 2015 encounter. So still plenty of great test match rugby to come from the Wallabies live on Fox Sports. And speaking of live coverage, the USA Eagles and the All Blacks live from Soldier Field in Chicago. And that is at 6:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. So the All Blacks starting their tour with a match against the Eagles in front of 60,000, a sellout fan. I'm Greg Clark. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage from Twickenham, the Wallabies opening game on tour. Alongside me, Greg Martin and Rod Kafer. On behalf of all the Fox Sports team, we wish you farewell. And we look forward to you joining us next week for Australia versus Wales. See you then.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.